Neville Goddard famously said, persist in the assumption until it hardens into fact. An assumption, even though it's false, will harden into fact if you persist in it. Okay, but how to persist correctly? That is what we are going to discuss in this video. Hi guys, my name is Akshay and I am a manifestation coach. All my contact info is in the description. So I thought about persistence for a long time, okay? And what I have observed is, I've worked with hundreds of people now, okay? And having worked with so many people, I know, okay, and from my own experiences also, I know that you already know how to persist. Everybody knows how to persist, okay? There is nothing new that you're learning here about persistence itself, because you know how to persist. Possibly you don't know how to persist in the assumption or in the state that is good for you. You know how to persist in something that is not favorable for you. You know how to persist in a negative state. Okay, so the persistence part remains the same. You are not learning anything new. You already know that. You just don't know how to persist in a positive state to manifest what you want. Okay, you know how to persist in a negative state. It's almost as if your awareness, your mind, your feelings, your emotions, they are out of your control, and you cannot help yourself but persist in something that is totally, absolutely not good for you. I'll help you to understand this concept by using a negative example. Okay, stay with me here. Okay, so let's just create a fictional character here, an imaginary character. Let's call her Miss X. Okay, Miss X has an extremely poor self-concept. She thinks that she is not good enough to be with her SP. The SP really loves her and wants to make things right between them. He is with her, trying to make her smile, trying to make her laugh, trying to take the relationship forward. But she's like, why did you like that girl's photo on Instagram? The SP is trying to explain to her that it's a professional courtesy. He's feeling stifled that I can't even click randomly on social media without being judged and admonished for it. So he is feeling really repulsed by this person, by Miss X. He is like, I want to love this person, but they're acting so clingy, so needy, so desperate that I just want out of this relationship, man. Okay, and he really likes her though. He loves her. He wants to make things right. But this person has assumed, because of whatever her past or some poor self-concept or whatever, okay, that the SP does not want her. That is the assumption that she is persisting in. So her 3D is showing her the opposite. Who gives a hell whose photo the SP liked randomly? Like, I like hundreds of things randomly on social media. Who cares about that? At the end of the day, he came back to her. He is with her. He's ordering food. He's ordering wine. He's trying to create a pleasant atmosphere for love to blossom. She totally disregards all of this. She disregards her external reality because she is persisting in the assumption that he doesn't want me. And so even though the love is coming to her, she's not ready to accept it because she is operating from a state. She's persisting in a state of not having the specific person, and that just makes the SP not want her even more. And even though he's trying his best, she's persisting. And even though he loves her, chances are he's going to ditch her for this bullshit attitude. Okay, so what is she doing? She is thinking, oh, SP is too cool for me, he will leave me. Even though the SP is sitting right there next to her, she's fighting with him and telling him that he does not love her. How is that supposed to make him love her more? Do you see, he's sitting next to her trying to, make an atmosphere for love to happen, to rekindle the flame of love, for love to blossom. But she is persisting in the assumption that he does not want her. So the 3D does not matter. She disregards it, dismisses it with disdain, contemptuously disregards, disrespects her external reality. What does she do? Oh, my SP will leave me. Fear of abandonment, anxiety. Oh, what will I do then? Do you understand? She thinks, she allows herself to react emotionally to the thought, to the scenario, and she does this over and over and over and over and over until she becomes addicted to these thoughts and these feelings. This is what has happened. Okay. So what does she need to do? She needs to acknowledge that her negative thoughts, emotions, feelings do not help her to get her specific person. That her fear, extreme emotional dependency, fear of abandonment, all this bullshit, okay, does not help her to get her SP. It just irritates the hell out of him and makes her come across as extremely clingy, desperate, needy, and unattractive. So all of this does not help me to get what I want. So I am going to dismiss and disregard all of it. I'm not going to give it even 1 millimeter of space in my world. Okay, she has to intellectually acknowledge that her negative thoughts, emotions, feelings do not help her to get what she wants. And she needs to imagine a scenario, a positive one, that, oh, I am happily married to my person and I feel very peaceful, I feel very attractive, and I feel calm, relaxed, and satisfied. Imagine, allow it to conjure the corresponding feeling that I'm happily married to my person, I'm loved and valued, respected, pampered by my person. Imagine, allow it to create a corresponding feeling within you, and do this over and over to the point of satisfaction. Do you understand? If you like to close your eyes and imagine a scene, do that. If you like to affirm, do that. If you like to script, do that. If whatever style works for you, do it. In my book, persistence means enjoying the feeling of the wish fulfilled, dispelling all the negative circumstances, all the negative thoughts, emotions, and feelings associated with those circumstances. Those circumstances can be present or past circumstances. Dismiss all of it. Imagine a certain scenario. Don't try to believe it. Imagine, enjoy, and keep doing it over and over. You make that new scenario and the corresponding feelings, that I am happily married, so I feel secure, I feel confident, I feel loved. You make that your identity. Okay. And so if this person does that, Miss X does that, her SP is going to be so, she's going to come across as so charming, right? He's going to fall in love with her deeper and deeper. She's going to feel more and more attractive and magnetic. It's going to be a lovely relationship. But she has to acknowledge that what I am doing is not working. And if it's not working, I'm going to discard it. And I am going to create a scenario. Imagine, allow yourself to experience the corresponding feelings and emotions, and do it to the point of satisfaction. This is exactly how people persist in a negative state. If you've ever, been in a downward spiral, or you've been anxious for whatever reason, you know how it feels. Being sad, being anxious, being fearful comes naturally. You don't have to exert yourself because you thought something, it felt bad, and you felt, then you thought it again, and then you felt bad more, then you thought it again, you felt bad more, and then you were afraid that it should not happen, it should not happen, it should not happen. Even before that happened, you were already experiencing it. This person, even though the SP hasn't broken up with her, she's acting as if she has already been abandoned. So the experience is happening within her, even though it has not happened in the external reality. If you've ever been anxious with respect to anything, you know that this is a possibility. This is an absolute possibility within you. You watch something on the news, it does not affect you directly, but you're like, oh my god, like what if it happens to me? And then you get triggered. And even though in your immediate surroundings everything is good for you, because you're acting like a triggered individual, you slowly start to manifest those experiences. So you already know how to persist. It's just a question of delegating. It's just a question of deciding what you're going to put your attention and what you are going to give your awareness to. I hope you learned something in this video. If you like the video, please hit like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell, unleash the power within you, and remember that if I said it, I already did it. Thank you.